I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Boogie. All right. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Hey, folks, I hope you're doing well. It is Sunday fun day. And we are here in the studio once again. It's from my end, it looks much bigger because what you guys cannot see, I cleaned out this entire space that used to be here. There used to be a great big computer here. And now my laptop is here. It's much better, bigger open space. Man, I feel like I have this is amazing. One of these days, I am inching closer to working on an actual stage studio that will look professional, and you won't see all this madness behind us. But we all know it's the words that are said here that you care about. Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. It is Sunday the 22nd of September. Do you remember the 21st day? That was yesterday. I won't go on with that meme. Today is the 22nd of September. It's a Sunday. And I looked right before we came on in my messenger, my text messenger, X messenger, whatever you want to call it, my Twitter. I looked on Facebook, in Grindr, in my email account. Nothing from Councilor Dale Basham. Who would have thought? Nothing in any of those locations. I figured at least one of those locations he would have been able to send me a message from, but lo and behold, I don't have an email from him or a message or a hit up point or whatever you want to call it. Apparently he didn't swipe left or swipe. I don't know which. I've never done any of those things. So he didn't swipe left or swipe right. But we still don't have a location. Or excuse me. I'm saying two different things at one time. I'll get back to Clint. We still don't have communication from Mr. Basham. So that's bad. Yeah, man, what happened to the haircut? The weekend happened to the haircut. I took some time off and did some stuff with the grandparents, and then just spent some time resting. I don't get a whole lot of rest where I just kind of kick back and don't do anything. And I still worked on stuff. In the duck and doing things like that. I put out a little short focusing on our friend Micah Beckwith. It hit this morning. It's been listened to, viewed, watched a number of times. So thank you. Worked on a couple other things that'll be hitting tomorrow. So be looking for that. And then other than that, I just kind of kicked back and took a little bit of R&R time. No, so as far as I think what Clinton was asking, a brick and mortar location, maybe for the studio. Well, I'm in a brick and mortar location for the studio now. It's just a funky little upstairs basement. So I'm in the basement on the second floor of the house, which is really strange. This is part of the Lighthouse studio here, deep within House 57. But it is what it is. I'm just needing more of a, we're working on a little bit better of a backdrop. So it's more visually nice for you guys. Pleasant, I guess, I should say. So, you've got to look at me already on the screen, and that's not appealing right there, looking at me. So we figured we would make the background appealing, and you guys would do a complicated design probably needs a Mason's attention. Well, if you know the secret handshake and the secret passcode, I will let you in. All right. So what are we going to talk about tonight? We've got a couple of other things that we're currently working on. I don't know who's here watching that hasn't logged in already and hasn't been over here on the talk box. For those of you that are watching this live, we would ask that you do us a favor and communicate with us over here. We love to hear from you. It's one of the best parts of the show. If you're watching in your own time at your own speed in the future, comment down here. And, we enjoy what you've got to say there one way or the other. But wherever you're watching from, please do all of these things, whether you're on X or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, all of this stuff, Facebook, it all allows you to like it or to hit share or whatnot. So we ask that you do that. Obviously, if you're here on YouTube, that would be helpful. That's our home away from home, our main home for right now. We are still working on the Rumble thing. I looked into that a little bit this weekend as well. Technology is not my forte, and it kind of scares me. And new technology is really, really crazy. Hello there, Sarge. We're going to be talking about some things over in your neck of the woods, too. Tonight's agenda, we're going to be talking about a couple different things. First and foremost, we're going to flip the script a little bit. The description of tonight's show says something to the effect of heading into the new work week. There's good news and bad news, but as politics go, that's kind of par for the course. That's about par for the course, if I want to get it right. I'll be detailing the upcoming Delaware County Council meeting, where industrial solar is again on the agenda. It will be another hot topic yet again in this upcoming meeting on Tuesday. It's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. It just never goes away. Then after that, it says, the description at least says, Bilbrey will share some disappointing news about the legal system in Randolph County. It's enough to make you mad. And then we'll end the show with some musings about the instincts of those in politics. That's like one of my favorite things to talk about here. How it's really amazing that we have all of these different people, all of different walks of life, all different backgrounds, and none of them have good instincts. It's amazing. And then at the end, I want to talk to you right before we leave. I want to talk to you about this. This is the countdown calendar that I use for a couple of different things. But this date right here is a big day. And the next show after this date, which will be right here, we're going to have a change in programming a little bit. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. And not for a long time, just for a while, but we will kind of get you guys up to speed with what is coming our way. So I'm going to switch the order of things, though, for tonight's show, because I want to go ahead and get the Randolph County stuff out of the way, and get that talked about. But before we get into any of that, before we get into all of that, rather, I do want to take a moment and talk about this weather. I'm just about 1.5 miles north of Muncie on State Road 67, and we never heard. Well, I mean, of course, I'm in the safest, non-safest place in the house. I'm in the upstairs basement, so I'm good or not. But a little after 7, I saw a post on Facebook from a local Delaware County group that was like, why are all the sirens going off? And I figured maybe it was a mess up or whatever, because I don't hear anything here. Nothing's going on. I knew it was raining a little bit. And then I got to looking, and everybody was saying that there were funnel clouds being spotted everywhere. It was horrible. And I was like, what is everybody talking about? It's not anything like that. So I got to looking, and lo and behold, there were crazy things happening everywhere. I guess there was a funnel cloud out by Yorktown. There was a funnel cloud, which when I say out by Yorktown, I mean the northern side of Yorktown. It was like McGalliard and 600 West. I guess it flattened a barn. They're saying Jay County junior senior high school was damaged. Part of the roof is gone. That's really crazy. Of course, that will allow them to get out of school for the next 2 or 3 years. I'm telling you, Jay County school system, I don't understand. They're the only people in the world I know that have 3-hour delays. Like, good Lord. If you have a 3-hour delay, there's no point in even going. They have multiple 3-hour delays. Like, just normally, they're like, oh, it's It's a Monday. It's 40 degrees. We've got a 3-hour delay. They start out at a 2-hour delay, and then it goes bam, 3-hour delay right away. Where most schools, they're like, it's 35 below zero, and there's 2 feet of snow. You guys can make it on a 1-hour delay, but not Jay County, man. I've never understood. I used to be so mad at them. Every school in the world would be going to school, but not Jay County. They were either closed or 3-hour delay, and I would be getting up and be so mad at them when I was young. And it's just always been that way under different superintendents and everything. It's really crazy. I don't know. Chris Bunner said cold for funnels, and I thought it was a little cold for that. Honestly, though, that gives me the idea. I think that it's probably not like the more serious tornadoes. It's a cold weather funnel, which is something that happens. But I think with the enough kick up of the storm, it prevented it from just staying up, and it actually let it develop. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. I don't know. I'm not the weather aficionado. That's all of Kate's kids. We will get the full rundown from the Weather Bureau of the Political Spotlight after I talk to Kate. Oh, look, hold on here. We've got producer Kate's been working on it. Photos from Jay County storm damage, possible tornado. I saw some video of it, and it was definitely a funnel. And at one point, I actually saw in the video, it looked like there was, I actually saw a touchdown. We're waiting for this to pop up here. Obviously, this is, nowhere as extensive as the weather damage from March, but nonetheless, let me see here if we can get this to load. I'm not getting it to load for some reason. Well, it pops up like it's going to. Okay, well, no. It just said nada. We're not going to let you look at that. Crazy. Yeah, all right. So, Clinton Hummel. That's absolutely right. That's hilarious. All right, so yeah, let's get on here with the show. Since it didn't seem as though there was much serious damage, and I think everybody was safe from everything I'm hearing. So the horrible situation in Randolph County, man. I just happened to get on and look. Nothing's really going on with the weather. Tornado moved through. Funnel cloud moved through. Couple pop downs. I don't think it's anything serious. A little bit of damage to Jay County High School, but other than that, I think it's pretty safe. I think all of the worry is over at this point. So I think you're safe. You're safe to proceed homeward. Okay, so I'm going to share this here so you guys can see this. This is something we've talked about a couple different times, obviously, on the show. It's not my favorite topic to talk about. But it is something that I feel like we need to talk about when something happens with it. I don't shy away from bringing you information about it. So periodically, I have, over the last 8 to 9 months, kept up to date with what was happening in the prosecution of Joshua Kimbrell, and wanted to stay up to date. Obviously, since July, we've been waiting for a court date that was scheduled to begin on October 2nd. Of course, that's next week. And so I wanted to pop on just to double check when it was slated to begin, whether it was the 2nd or 3rd. I wasn't exactly sure. And so on Friday, I got on, and to my horror, here's the case, my case, State of Indiana v. Joshua Kimbrell, Joshua James Kimbrell, 68 D as in David, 01 2401 F1, which is felony 1-4. You leave those zeros out when you're talking. Randolph Superior Court, felony 1, filed January 2nd, 2024. Of course, for those of you that have followed this, the case was filed on the 2nd of January. But for those of you that have really followed it, you will know that Joshua turned himself in to the Randolph County Sheriff's Department on the 29th of December. So he walked into the police station. He was not being looked for. He was not being hunted. He did not have a warrant. They were not looking for him. There was not an active investigation. No one knew anything other than the victims, the bad guy, and then the mother of the victims learned what had been going on. And so a lot of people originally was like, well, at least he did the right thing. He turned himself in. And no. Joshua did not turn himself in to protect the girls or to do the right thing. Josh had been pleading with his wife, soon to be ex-wife, about how they could work through it, and he could get counseling, and he would do this and he would do that. He had been pleading with his wife for like a 12-hour period. And then finally, when he realized there was no place left to run, he then walked into the Randolph County Sheriff's Department. And so that happened on the 29th of December. He then unfolded a story for police officers that was just, I'm imagining, horrible. He detailed how he had victimized 3 juvenile children who had been placed in his care as a parental type figure. So it's the worst of the worst. And the state of Indiana, through the Randolph County Prosecutor's Office, ended up charging him with 3 counts of child molesting, where the defendant was at least 21 years of age, child molesting, fondling, touching with child under 14, 2 counts. And apparently they're going to be adding a couple counts, or they have, but they've not added them to the screen. I don't really know what exactly. There's a lot of information that they released from the prosecutor's office in the days after this that just kind of didn't make sense. So I don't really know where we are, but as far as I know, officially he only has the 3 charges. So I don't know if that's going to change once we go to court or not. So going through this, he's had a couple different court dates, And every time we've gotten close, they've canceled those court dates. The last time that happened, the prosecutor's office promised the victims, promised the mother of the victims that that would not happen again. When Josh's attorney filed for a motion to continue, from what I've heard from the soon-to-be ex-wife and from sources that are not her, I've heard that the judge, the special judge in the case, was very upset with the defense attorney. And he said, I want this prosecuted. I want this to go through the course, and I want this to be done. And so the deal is, they looked through their calendars, the prosecutor, the judge, and the defense attorney looked through their calendars, and they went week by week by week. And the first time that any of them had a free week, that all the others had a free week, was October 2nd, October 3rd, and October 4th. And they laid out that space for this court case. And okay, cool. That sucks. It was bad, but it is what it is. So now we get up to the 18th of September, which was just a couple days ago. And on the 18th of September, they go in for a last pretrial conference. And lo and behold, the defense counsel has a murder trial that just sprang up. Oh, well. So now we are granting a motion for continuance yet again. And the jury trial scheduled for the 2nd of October through the 4th of October has been canceled. And as you can see here on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, we now have a new jury trial scheduled for the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of January 2025. It's kind of getting to be a joke. Which court situation is going to be wrapped up first? This or my lawsuit with Sproles? Which one's going to be wrapped up first? We don't know. Will we get here and be ready to go? Will this get kicked out again? We don't know. Bottom line, I just want to be very clear and put out on the record from my mouth to the ears of people who I like and respect. Sheriff Art Moisner, Prosecutor Dave Dowley, a lot of other folks in Randolph County specifically that I've liked and talked to and had an okay relationship with. You all along with this, have failed these victims. You've failed everyone in this case. And yes. Let's go back and let's talk about Jack's comment here for a moment. Jack, doing what Jack does, being the provocateur, says, remember, due process, innocent until proven guilty. Which, listen, like it or not, that's the American way. If you were illegally detained, we would be screaming that from the rooftop. And we want that. Every American, every person before our judicial system that is brought to trial under our judicial system is and should be innocent until proven guilty. Now, let me tell you why you don't hear me screaming that from the rooftop as far as where Josh is concerned. Josh has just openly admitted this. Joshua was not pulled in by police during an investigation, and it was a back and forth, and after hours and hours of interrogation, they beat him down. You had police officers standing around eating donuts, talking about who they were going to violate next, whatever. And Josh walked in and said, "Hey, I've got a confession. I'd like to report that I've done X, Y, and Z." So, yeah, Josh is innocent until proven guilty. And more or less in that situation, Josh is waiting to go to the DOC before it's official. That's basically what it is. I don't. What Josh is doing now, Josh should have took his first plea deal. He didn't. It's not because of any whatever. Josh is just gaming the system. Josh has attempted to play jailhouse lawyer, and he's attempted to, be the same old civic duty while he's been behind the courthouse, behind the jailhouse walls, attempting to push things off and delay things and fire an attorney and hire an attorney and represent himself and, do all kinds of this other nonsense. And essentially the judge is like, look, these are serious charges. You're going to get representation. It is what it is. I don't know what that means. Maybe Josh turn on the judges and bikers. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that would affect him admitting what he's done here. There is no point where Josh is any kind of hero in this. There won't be any kind of way. And let me tell you what Josh is doing while he's still in his county jail. While locked up in the Randolph County jail, which, mind you, is a block or less from his victim's home, he routinely taunts them as they walk by, beating on the glass, yelling. His victims can hear him yelling at them. He routinely threatens his soon-to-be ex-wife. He yells at her and tells her he's going to kill her, and does all sorts of other crazy things. She has had to go into the jail and ask for them to move him multiple times. And they move him for a period of time, and then they bring him back in, and then he's right back in he's like not in a window cell, then he is in a window cell. But it's very much like this cat and mouse game that he's playing, and it's really baffling that the jail continues to let him play this game. Sure, I'm sure. Now, I think they've recently moved him from the window. She's just recently had to go in and complain again. And it's just maddening that she has to do that. That they don't remember, oh, this jerk shouldn't be by the window sills that face his house. That's insane to me. From what I've heard, he is or has been in Gin Pop. The thing is, people's like, well, that'll teach him. No, he's like a king. You got to remember, Randolph County is like a county of sexual crimes and offenses, pedophiles, and all sorts of other weird freaks. So Josh is in there among his own kind. Josh is in jail in there with the majority of the people that are in the Randolph County jail are in there for unspeakable crimes very similar to Josh. And so they look at him as, you know, I'm sure he's like a king to them. Now, as far as videoing him, the jail has video of this. His wife has video of this. And Charlize said that they need to let her divorce go through. She has filed for divorce, and that's another thing where I feel like they are really dropping the ball. Originally, they were saying that they were not going to allow him to, because he was locked up, that he would have to do this. They weren't, I don't know. It's not they weren't going to allow him to be there. They were going to have him do it by video court or whatever. But there's been some kind of issue with that. Of course, comically, Josh had no materials. Had nothing. He had nothing. And so it's ridiculous. Josh had nothing. He had like the clothes on his back. And before he went to turn himself in, he signed the title of his truck over to his wife. And now he's trying to fight her for like the house and his truck, her car, a whole bunch of crap that's just, there's no way that he's going to, I mean, he's getting ready to go to prison. So, you know, whatever. So they do apparently, I just pulled this up. It's been set. Final dissolution hearing is set for November 21st, 2024. So it sounds like she will be out from underneath that mess in very soon. Very soon. Jackie, yeah, the children do have children do have CASA member advocate. They do have counselors, and so they're doing that, and it's been kind of rough. I mean, I'm not going to lie, and it's not my place to put that information out here, but I mean, you know, look at what the crime is. It's, you know, it's been a rough, I'm sure, you know. So the sooner that they can get this behind them, the better. The divorce needs to go through, you know, this case needs to go through, and they need to get this behind them. And so it's it is what it is. Yeah. But I will say the prosecutor's office has dropped the ball here and on several other cases. The sheriff's department's dropped the ball here on this and several other cases. This has been a failure. This has been a failed system for a long time, and I don't know. It's gonna take people. It's gonna take people getting involved to really, really turn this thing around. It's, the more people bow out and just are like, yeah, okay, I'm not paying attention anymore. It doesn't matter. The more people are doing that, the worse it's going to be. That's not going to make it better. I can promise you that. That's just not gonna work. Okay. So I will keep you posted. I'm going to be attending the hearing, attending the court case all 3 days when the trial's here. I want to witness what happens. I want to know what's going on. If the prosecution is failing, I want to know, rather than just at the end be like, wait, what happened? If the judge in the case, Brian Body, is failing, I want to know that. I want to know what's happening. And when they send him away, I want to know that as well. Whatever goes on, I want to know. Look, we still don't know what's going on with Lewis. When I talked to Art Moisner, when was that? Grandma was still in the rehab at the time. So this was back after February, sometime in March, when Lewis got arrested in England. And Art told me then, as well as my sources in federal government, Homeland Security, FBI, told me basically that if Lewis said, I want to go back, I'm not going to fight extradition, I'll go back, that it could be a year to 2 years before they actually brought him back. The Sheriff's Department, Homeland Security, FBI, all of them said if he decides to fight extradition, it will be a long time. It will be a long time before he's brought back. And I specifically asked Art how long, and Art had just won re-election. And Art said, I'll put it to you this way. I probably will not be sheriff by the time he's brought back. And that's insane to me too. This is not like the olden days. We're not sending people between England and America on ships. We have a very good working relationship with the UK. And in a case like this, I just don't understand what the deal would be. Let's get this rolling. Let's get him brought home. Who's dropping the ball here? I'm fine as long as he's locked up, but until he's back here in the States, I look at it being cush, because I promise you that the jail cell he's in England is more posh than him being in some confinement here in the States. You know, I'm not exactly down with him getting tea and crumpets at high tea time, you know, because he's in His Majesty's, you know, prison. So I'm trying to find out what's going on with Lewis, but it's not the same thing as, say, someone being in jail in Arizona and us trying to find out when they're going to get brought back. You know what I mean? Really crazy. Really crazy. So, all right. From there, ladies and gentlemen, we now will be moving on to the solar deal. Solar, industrial solar is making its way back to a Delaware County Council meeting near you. Here we go. This is the agenda. I know it's going to be hard for you to see, but I'll read it off to you. We will be live streaming this, and I will be there live. This is Delaware County Council meeting, September 24th, 2024. Delaware County Commissioners Courtroom, call to order, Pledge of Allegiance, roll call. Agenda posted, approval of the agenda, approval of the August 27th Council meeting minutes, transfer and appropriation agenda, motion to approve financial transfers to amend salary ordinance with like reductions, motion to receive backfilling report, All right. First up, ordinances and resolutions. This is really amazing. Solar Abatement Moratorium 2024-019. Why is this amazing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. First and foremost, when the commissioners put forth their moratorium at the last two commissioners meetings ago, I believe that there was a little bit of a hurry for them to act the way they did because of all of the heat that was getting drawn up and the fact that they were going to do this. If they would have put a moratorium out, took it to first reading, and needed to wait for 2 weeks, that could have permitted a solar company to hurry in and do what they needed to do in that 2 week course time period. So by doing what they did, there are no citizens that can say they had no idea that this was being talked about. Solar has been on the minds of people, and it continues to be brought up at meeting after meeting after meeting, and it has been for some time now. So I don't think that anybody was, no one knew, we didn't have it, and we didn't have the ability to come up here and voice our displeasure. So this is on the agenda. Ryan posted it on Friday. It's out there. It's been out there. Tonight's Sunday. I'm talking about it. I'm posting it. It's out there. I really hope that they get this voted through 7-0 and that a motion is made to suspend the rules and that they go for their second reading and vote Tuesday as well. Now, I don't know if that's the plan. I don't know if it's not the plan. I don't know where it stands. Right now, it's on there, and it's on there as one reading. So it means if it passes, they would need a second reading. They have the ability to suspend the rules, and in order to do that, it would take a unanimous vote. And that just worries me. I don't know. I don't know if they'll get a unanimous vote to suspend the rules or not. I could see Jessica voting for this, but I could see her being too leery of suspending the rules. I don't know. It would be the right thing to do. She is on the ballot in November. So if she doesn't vote for this, we could always just send her a message. You know, you could always just vote her out. I think it'd be fantastic. Now, one of the reasons that this is so big, producer Kate's been over here talking about it a little bit, but I don't know how many of you know this or not. This, ladies and gentlemen, this solar abatement moratorium 2024-19 is an ordinance that has been put forward by Delaware County Councilor Ryan Webb. It is the only ordinance that he has ever had put on an agenda. He's tried and tried and tried to have various ordinances or resolutions, various topics put on the agenda, and the council at large, the whole lot of them, for one reason or another. At first, it was Scott Alexander. Then it was Piper. Always pushed back, and for one reason or another, would not allow Ryan to have his ordinances on the agenda. But that didn't stop him. When they wouldn't allow him to put something on the agenda, he would just make the motion in the meeting. Now, 85 to 90% of the time, those motions would die for lack of a second. But it would let you know where the council stood. It would let you know that Ryan was working, Ryan was doing something, and the rest of the council were just too chicken shit to do anything. So that was always a good thing that Ryan did. On the few times that Ryan got a second, all right, now let's look at those. So on the few times that Ryan made a motion, got a second, now Ryan's topic, whatever it would be, was up for a vote. 95, 96, 97% of those were all voted down. Only like one or two was ever voted on. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Breaking news, really quick, for anybody that is on Muncie's far north, I guess northwest. I don't know which direction they're going. Apparently there's a high-speed chase in Muncie on Morrison. I don't know if they're going north or south on Morrison. The pursuit included gunfire. I don't know if the gunfire is from the police or from Okay, so we are 3800 block of Bethel area, Dairy Queen. Okay, so that's out by 12 minutes ago. That's um, out by the Rural King, northwest of town, out off of McGalliard. Two cars shooting at each other. Police have been told that one of the vehicles included is a Mazda. Where's Bilbrey at? And that they are not pursuing at this time due to the dangerous situation of the pursuit. So, if you're in that area, look alive or look dead, one or the other. So yeah, okay. I'll keep you posted if we get anything more about that. That's a pretty crazy deal. Especially if you're listening to this sometime in the future. You're like, what? So yeah, this deal, it's interesting. This is the only ordinance, in my opinion, I think that Ryan has ever got put on the agenda. And what I've heard has happened here is that a whole lot of the solar people have reached out individually to the council members one-on-one, and a couple of them have called Jim Mokel, and a couple of them have called Bill, and a couple of them have called Jessica, and a couple of them have called Matt. And they said, look, we expect you guys to go for this, and we expect you guys to vote yes for this. So this is something that they've done right. Also, in tying our two worlds together, the citizens from Delaware County, the anti-solar people, have hired an attorney. You know her, you love her, from Madison County, Laureen White, which is a friend of Catherine's, a friend of ours. She's one of the people that's always very vocal. Matter of fact, for those of you that follow what goes on in Madison County, Laureen White was the woman who got up last week when Catherine was kicked out of there. Laureen White was the woman who got up to the podium and spoke right after they kicked Catherine out for trying to get up at the podium and speak. And so she's an attorney. She's very intelligent. And she's representing the solar people. So I'm excited to hear that. And I think it'll be interesting. Yeah, you pronounced CCP wrong. Yes. Start an aggressive online campaign. I think I think that's the plan. From everything I'm hearing, there's a meeting coming up this Tuesday. There's a meeting coming up this Tuesday for people to be able to stand by 1 second here. I'm going to pull this up. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to listen. Apparently, there's some craziness going on here. Um, hold on here. Listening to the chasing them going northbound. Let me see what stand by. Looks they're looking for stop sticks. Addison County or Blackford County looks like they're going to throw stop sticks. All right, you people out there that are listening to that, keep listening. I'm going to back her down. We'll get back to the show. This is not exactly a police follow show. If something crazy happens, I obviously would be interested in what's going on, but we will monitor this from the newsroom and see what we can do toward Blackford County, going about 75. Times like this make you wish we had a helicopter. Yeah, right. I could be doing the show live from a helicopter. Is it just one lone person chasing him? I mean, hold on. Sounds like this is going to come to an end here soon. If you guys are interested, we could listen. I mean, if you want to listen to it, we can interest as soon as we get through this commercial. see if this is.
Looks like we're going to turn on 300 south. Quick correction. We're going to go
Guys
east on
here?
300 south and 3.
Eastbound on 300 south.
You hear it?
Is it 41? 44. Can you advise the last intersection for the pursuit? They're eastbound 300 south from 3, about the railroad tracks. I'm clear.
And about 200 east, I think, is what it is. You know, continue east on 300 south. We're passing. I'm sorry, radio is 100 east.
You're on 100?
Now we're still eastbound 300 south.
Okay.
Traffic. Like the Wilton here in a couple seconds.
Sorry.
Nick, you got anybody behind you from this county?
There's an SUV behind me. I believe it's possibly our county. I'm not positive.
He's east through Wilman now. East through Wilman and south eastbound.
The number 3 car. There I am. If you're familiar with the area, if you could call this.
Blackford is eastbound on 300 right now, trying to catch up.
So he's not even there.
I get this guy a little bit of distance. He's getting a little wobbly.
He's behind you and said that he'll call for it.
We're eastbound through 300 east.
Stumblefoot. Well, come on, guys.
94, 3,
He's going 1041. He's missing everything.
Eastbound 400 east.
He's past 400 east. Speeds are 70. Do what have Dunkirk go up to 167 north of their town. Just like you can get stressed out. Clear.
This is the county.
Squad 40, ambulance 41, utility 36, 348 North Mound, 348 North Mound on difficulty breathing, timeout 2214, main dispatch.
Continuing east on south, 500 east.
Oh,
Well, I thought they were going to do him in here. Well,
Eastbound for 600.
It's going to be about 70.
Dunkirk PD is going to head up to the 167, try and get sticks up there.
Definitely.
well, if they're not moving faster than that guy speaking.
just 43 Blackford says there's a good curve by 800, so be on the lookout for it.
I appreciate that info. Now, done. Going on north on 700 from 600.
Do we know, are these the two people in the Mazda that was shooting?
To know these roads go.
Email 41 advised.
Squad 40's in that.
Squad 40. Are you 41, same traffic? Yep. 348 North Mound on a breathing difficulty. I got CP on TX. He's allergic to nitro, having chest pains.
Ian said he'd call it.
We'll call it.
I notified J County. I think this is their county line, if I'm not mistaken. Still northbound, passing 200 south. We get Blackford County at 1026.
This is the most boring pursuit I've ever heard.
Still northbound, passing 100 south.
Yeah, Kate.
Hey, he's breaking. Hang on. He's going to go back east on whatever this road is. I think we're at. I think we're at 6. He's back.
Wow.
Traveling eastbound on Cigarette 26. Looks like Blackford County's coming up behind us.
He's trying to. He's trying to head to Ohio. He's worming his way over there. Let's see if I can pull up a map while we're doing. Oh,
Road 26, 800 eastbound.
Ambulance 1, 2605 West Woodward Drive. On asphalt with injury. Timeout 2219, fire ground 3.
no, I was going to pull up the map,
Coming up to 167 now.
but we couldn't look at the map and listen to the thing. That sucks.
Get on the horn with Jake County Radio.
Yeah,
They're aware.
if they're not aware, they're aware. He's going to look at the school with the roof.
Have a light drizzle, but no traffic.
Utility 36 en route.
Yes.
West, State Road 20. Going down real bit.
Petering out.
Still eastbound on 26. Speeds are 65 to 70 miles an hour.
You got anybody in this area radio?
Who?
I'm trying to make contact with him again.
Who?
Jay County's busy and advises they'll try to send someone up as soon as they can.
Jay County's busy. There's no way they're going to run that.
Approaching State Road 1.
Yeah, I'm watching it here on the map.
36 arriving. One from 26.
Yeah. Well, come on.
50 miles an hour post traffic.
What?
Jay County is all good and fine.
Is he north or south on 1?
Down on 1 from the 26 dog.
State Road 1.
Okay.
65 southbound on 1. Traffic. Just past Division Road southbound.
From Division Road.
Right where is that? Yep, right there by that church.
Past 50 south. Down on 1.
Still southbound.
Come on.
Hey, is it just me and you, or you got somebody else back there?
Behind me.
Do you know who they are?
I believe Eden's the one right behind me calling it out to dispatch.
65 to 70.
1824, going up on that too.
Yeah, but there's nobody at Red Key.
94 to 1824. I'm gonna try to get to 28 and 1 6.
Okay.
94 same traffic.
There used to be construction. I'm not sure if they've got that open back up yet or not. Information.
God.
Still southbound, 65 mile an hour.
Yeah, we have 2 units trying to put 6 out at 28 and 1.
We just passed 300 south. 300 south, southbound 1.
All right. If he doesn't turn off, this will be it.
Continuing southbound speeds are about 65.
Still got a lot of way to go before he gets 28. They should have made it up to 67. Come on. Come on, let's do this thing.
400 south, East Cross, southbound, 101. Still 65 mile an hour.
That's what I'm worried about, Chris. Keep on running. Don't turn. Don't turn, bro. Keep on coming. Keep on coming. Where's that electric police car? Here's where it's going to do it.
.500 south, southbound 1.
Speeds are about 75.
Right. We're going to know. We're going to know if he... Who's betting he turns left? He turns...
Still no traffic.
He's going to turn left? He's going to turn right? Or he's going to go...
Coming up to the 67 and 1 junction.
Go straight. Go southbound, bro. Go southbound.
We're coming in the game.
94 to 1824, 243. Myself and State are here at 120.
Christopher, I'm just unsure. Are you encouraging this guy to help him get away?
No, I want him to get...
Rooting on the police?
Hold on. No, I want him to get down to the sticks. There were two...
Randolph County is trying to get 6 at 600 and 1.
Past that, he's there, bro. He's past 600.
So continuing south. Speeds are about 60.
Red Dodge Nitro, Ohio plate.
That's what I was thinking, Stumblefoot. Run,
Yeah.
Forrest, run.
Back off him a little bit, going through Red Key. We're south of Red Key now. More.
All right, here it goes. He's coming up. This is where it's going to be. He's got 700, 800, 900 he can turn at. We got 3 more turns. Don't turn. Come on.
His path, I think, would be 800 south and 1. Yeah, 800 south and 1 southbound.
Yeah, right. If you
Still southbound, passing 800 south. These are about 80, 85.
I'll give him plenty of distance there. See the curve sign.
Hey, this squad 4 will be in service advance.
quit.
Paramedic on board.
Get off there.
41.
Randolph County, southbound. I can see some flashing lights up ahead. Some 4-way, some 4.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if a deer got him?
Not, are you the only car on the road?
I've got 2 city units with me. It looks like Wacker's got 1 behind me also.
Here he goes. It's going to be it.
We're coming up 28.
Clear.
Woo. Woo.
I believe I got a good hit on 1.
Ah!
Still.
Or you may make a phone call to Ohio State Patrol. It looks like he's probably trying to go back home.
10-4.
24, my hit should be either the driver's side, passenger side front, or rear.
He's still maintaining a speed right around 75 miles an hour to 80. No traffic. Eastbound 28.
They're going to need to just put a dump truck up in front of him.
Up to 750 west. Switch crossing.
Nice, 750 west. Randolph County. Passing 700 west, still eastbound. Speeds are 80 to 85.
Ready. If you can let State know, we'd love to hand it off to them once they catch up.
Okay.
Now, what's he going to do? Is he going to take 28 around, or is he going to take the extra back jog? What do you think he's going to do? You know,
600 west, 28.
Continuing eastbound, 600 west.
for the people that know, you know what I'm talking about up there at Red Key? Is he going to take 28, or is he going to take...
About 7 mile an hour, still eastbound. Still no traffic.
See, I'd cut off there at... I'd cut off over there.
Flowing up.
at 850 North.
He just lost a tire. I ain't doing that. He's going through a field.
The road.
Clear sirens. He's in a field. Can't see him. No eyes.
He got on the radio and said, "I'm not doing that."
$94.2. Are you gonna need fire and EMS out there?
Have them stage, just in case.
Clear.
Advise Delaware County State helicopter gonna hold up position. They don't have a clear from 50 tail lights, but no response from the vehicle.
What? Come on, Sean, open your mouth.
Make me a phone call to Randolph County. I think that's the county we're in. We are stopped on 28. If they could help us out with some traffic, so we don't get smoked. I'm being told 475 West is our next intersection to the east of us.
What a bunch of trash. That was nothing. I was hoping that, I mean, if we were going to take it and listen to it, I was at least hoping it was going to be worth something, but that was very anticlimactic. Well, I'll cut all of that out. And only the live people will have heard that. Nobody else will hear that.
Want me to ask him to come back this way?
Crazy. Okay. Well, hey, just to end this, I was talking about Ryan Webb. I'm going to kill this feed. That was very anticlimactic. I was thinking that we would at least be able to hear something big going on, but that turned out to be nothing. I got to kill this feed here. I can't stand listening to radio police traffic. You people that sit around and listen to police traffic. Storm damage, possible land spout. Star Press calls it. Is that a tornado? Okay, let me kill this feed here because I can't stand. I can't do it. I listened to it enough. All right. So Tuesday, we've got the big solar ordinance coming up. I very much see it being voted on, at least for the initial reading. I think that Ryan might make the move to ask for suspending the rules to vote for it twice. If he does that, I hope he gets it. I could see people pushing back against him on that. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think it needs to happen. We'll see what happens with that. We will be live streaming that. I will be there. I will be speaking. It'll be an interesting day to see what goes on. I did reach out to Micah Beckwith, 2 weeks ago, reached out and asked if we wanted him to come back on the show. I said, sure. We were scheduled for the day of the debate. I remembered it was the day of the debate. I was like, hey, this is the day of the debate. He's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Let's reschedule. I was like, okay. And ever since then, he's been playing hard to get. I think we're now moving into the point of the campaign season where he's now going to play hard to get. And that I have a major problem with. So, that's just going to work against him in my book. So we'll have to see what goes on. Hopefully I'm wrong. And it's not like I'm in a major big rush to talk to him. He's the one that reached out to me. I've got some questions. It makes sense to have him come on. I've got some serious and some tough questions for him. And I would like him to man up and answer them. But he will or he won't. That'll be on him. We will see. So it looks like it won't be anytime this week. I've basically told him it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's even on a Friday or a Saturday. You tell me when you've got time. We'll make it happen. So I will let you guys know. I was going to talk about the instincts of the... Now we'll just let that go. I'll talk about that after the meeting. Because it has to do with Matt Kantz. So we'll talk about that after Tuesday's meeting. I'll just all right. Yeah, we can focus on that on Tuesday. All right, folks. I do want to remind everybody before we leave, this is very important. We are starting to get down to the deadline. And I'm letting people know that if you are not registered to vote, you need to get registered to vote. If you know people that are not registered to vote, you need to get them registered to vote. www.indianavoters.com. That is www.indianavoters.com. Indianavoters.com. That's voters with an S at the end. INDIANAVOTERS.com. It takes you exactly 60 seconds to 3 minutes. That's all it takes. You can watch it from the very device that you can do it from the very device that you are watching this on. If you are watching or listening to this broadcast from a computer, a tablet, a cell phone, you can register to vote from that device. You only have until, pull up the big handy dandy professional map here, calendar. You only have until 11:59 on the 7th. Okay, today is Sunday the 22nd. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days here. All right, 2 days, 5 days. That's you have 15 days left, folks. 15 days left. You need to get that done. It's going to go quickly. I'm telling you, you do not want to screw around with this, because there will be people that call me all the way down here on Tuesday, November 5th. And they will say to me, happens every single year. I think May was the first, either May or last November, the last election, either the primary or the last general, one or the other, was the first election that it didn't happen. But it's happened every other year other than that. Someone will call me and someone will say, hey, I showed up to vote, but they won't let me. They say I'm not registered. How can I get registered? And I will tell them, go home, get yourself something to eat, relax, have a good day. Call me in a couple of weeks. I'll get you registered for next year, or for basically next time, because you're shit out of luck for this time. So just keep that in mind. You've got to get registered before 11:59. IndianaVoters.com, IndianaVoters.com, Indiana Voters with an S at the end, .com. It takes you 3 minutes or less. Get it done. From there, I want to end with telling you today's the 290th episode. It was kind of a bust. We didn't do much. We will be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and quite possibly Friday this week. Depends on how the week goes. That means if everything goes as planned, we will hit the 300th episode either on the Thursday the 3rd or Friday the 4th next week. For our 301st episode, which will then either be Friday or Sunday, we are going to start delving in this last month. So that would essentially be the last 30 days of the election. We are going to start delving into national politics a little bit harder than we have been or we ever do. And it's because we have an important election to deal with, and we need to be looking at everything from all sides. We will be looking at what's going on in the county elections. We will be looking at what's going on in the state elections. We will be talking about United States Senate, United States Congress. We will be talking about those races, and we will be talking about everything that's going on in national politics. We're going to keep a nice, even balance because I know that people really care about what's going on locally, and I care about what's going on locally. And I fully believe that the only way to fix the federal is to get people involved on the local. So that's not going to go away. But once we hit the 300th episode, with 301 being the first show of what's, a new, every 100 episodes, you get a new start over, basically, the way I kind of look at it. We will be doing more in the way of national politics, also trying to kind of broaden the horizon, broaden the audience, yada, yada, yada. So we will be doing that. At the end of the election cycle, on Tuesday the 5th, I will ask you guys, I will ask the listeners what their thoughts are. If they like where we're at, if they want to go back, if they want to delve farther, we will then talk about it then. But we're going to try it for 30 days. If you hate the idea, if you think it's a horrible idea, just bear with me for 30 days. It is something important we need to do, but we are going to just try to do a little bit of experimentation. So that's kind of where we're going. That's what's going to happen there. Let me see here. I got off the thing. I've been going back and forth. Scanner just got super weird talking about. That's weird. I'll have to go back and listen to that on the scanner. We'll have to figure out something to do. We'll have to do something. We'll figure something out. Maybe I can. Let's see here. Just pick something off the desk. I can auction off a pair of handcuffs if you would like. Some official Bilbrey arrested people with these handcuffs present. If you're 18 or older.
Do you have the key for those?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have. If it's the key you're asking for, no, I don't have the key. That key still. I need to get that. I need to retrieve that. Still, but I have the key for those. Yeah. So, all right, folks, that's going to do it. Yes, they are. They are. Yes, they are. The official hinge cuffs, guaranteed not to break, double lock, and we used to call them the bitch cuffs because they're here's the old pair. You can see here that has the chain. These are the bitch cuffs because they hurt like a bitch and they don't let you do anything wonky with your hands because there's no chain there. So If you were exceptionally bad, you got those. All right. I appreciate little rubber squeaky bastard rats. I appreciate you guys. Please, this wasn't one of our better offerings. It is what it is. It's a Sunday night, and we took a chance on the police pursuit, but that was a bust. We will see you back here tomorrow. We will have a better show for you. Episode 291. Be ready to rock and roll 9 p.m. And we will see you all then. You guys take care. God bless. Have a good evening. And we'll see you all next time. Goodbye. You know,